Chelsea's Place came to my kids' school and did a presentation on body safety and child sexual abuse, good touch, bad touch. A few weeks after that presentation on December 10th, I had picked my kids up from school. And on the way home, my son was talking about it because they had talked about it again at school. And my daughter was so uncomfortable. And it immediately alarmed me, raised a red flag, and I just had this horrible feeling in my gut. I went home and had asked my kids, how their day was. They went upstairs. My daughter sat at the table, and I began to make dinner, and I told her, I noticed you were super uncomfortable with that conversation. And she said, yes. And I said, well, has that ever happened to you before? Has anybody ever touched you inappropriately? And she said, yes. And when I had asked her who, she stated it was Justin. My world stopped in that moment. I knew it was really important to believe her because I wanted her to feel like she was safe and that she was never going to be hurt ever again. And I hugged her and told her how brave she was for coming forward. I was in shock and I couldn't believe that this was something that had happened right under my nose, and I had no idea. You don't expect that from people that you love. Sexual abuse is something that you don't think will ever happen to you or anybody that you know. And when your child comes forward, the moment that they say, this happened to me, is also the moment that their healing begins. It's the moment that the abuse ends, and it's the moment that prevention starts. My ex-husband got a 40-year sentence, but my kids and I, we get a lifetime. This is something that will be a part of our life forever. So Chelsea's Place had come to her school previously. She sat through 2 of those presentations, and I think she really just experienced trauma brain. A lot of times when kids go through abuse, they suppress it. They don't, they feel shame and they feel dirty. Or in Brooklyn's case, she thought she was going to get in trouble, and she told me what had happened. And when you sit back and you think about it, how scared she must have been. So it took the second presentation for her to come forward. Had Chelsea's Place not have come and did that presentation, my daughter would not have come forward. Sexual abuse is so common and it's not talked about enough, and programs like Chelsea's Place really are groundbreaking and help so many kids come forward and realize the abuse that they're experiencing. And I just really want to teach my kids that this experience doesn't have to define them, and that we don't always have a say in what happens to us, but we do have a say in how we react to it. So we can be sad and upset about our circumstances, that's okay, but we can also use it for good and to raise awareness and education.